Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, November 6th. We have all you need to know about national, state, and local election results.
We also have more on unexpected disruptions at local election offices, along with weather, sports, entertainment, and an interview. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Morgan Suppes.
And I'm Antonio Fondacaro. Centre County was majority blue for the 2024 presidential election. The Associated Press reports that 98% of the county's votes have been counted. Democratic candidate Kamala Harris secured 50.6% of the vote with over 40,000 votes. Republican candidate Donald Trump secured 48.4% of the vote with over 38,000 votes. Another 1.1% of the votes were given to other candidates, with 0.6% for Chase Oliver and 0.5% for Jill Stein.
Centre County Elections Office employees can rest easy after last night's non-credible bomb threat. The Centre County Elections Office in Bellefonte was evacuated in the early evening due to a bomb threat sent via email. The state and local police did a sweep of the building before allowing employees to re-enter the office as of 8:20 p.m. in Bellefonte. It was not the only elections office targeted. Nearly a dozen Pennsylvania counties also received threats to polling locations last night.
Cambria County had to extend their polling hours to 10 p.m. last night, including instead of 8 p.m. to ensure that all voters cast their ballots. Just before 11 a.m., Cambria County filed an emergency request to extend poll location hours due to a software issue. Workers had to put voters' ballots in a lockbox to be scanned later. Officials announced that the issues surrounding the polls were actually from the ballots themselves.
Former President Donald Trump won Pennsylvania this morning, earning 50.5% of the votes. Republican candidate Dave McCormick is leading the U.S. Senate vote by a 0.7% lead, but the race has not yet been called. Dave Sunday won the Attorney General race, earning 50.9% of the votes. Republican Tim DeFore has won a second term as Pennsylvania's Auditor General. District 7, 8, and 10 votes are still being tallied at the U.S. House of Representatives. What can students expect outside for the Whiteout game this weekend? Student meteorologist Gavin Sandell is live in the studio with this week's forecast. Gavin?
Thanks so much, Morgan. You're absolutely right. That's a great question to have, what the whiteout forecast will be. Let's take it to today right now. 60 degrees in Erie and really 60s across all of our Pennsylvania state cameras as we're going into tonight. And that's the story that I really want to talk about. The above average temperatures, we're bringing on the warmth. We're really going to be stuck in a pattern of warmth and sunny conditions as we go into the rest of the week. And I want to talk about the drought update after a historic dry spell last month. Some locations in Pennsylvania haven't seen rain in over 30 days. So I'll talk about the latest map that they've had. And also what you just said, Morgan, the whiteout forecast. We're going to see what's on tap for that game Saturday at 8 p.m. Taking a look at the temperatures first, though, we're sitting at 66 degrees here in State College and a smorgasbord of 60s and 70s across the center region of our state, and as well as the entirety of our state. But note, the average high for this time of year is just in the low 50s to low 60s. So this is absolutely blowing this out of the water, especially at this late time of 7:50 p.m. on Wednesday. Taking a look at the radar and satellite, too, this is something that we haven't seen quite in a while. Rain showers passing through as we had that frontal passage yesterday into this morning. And we're seeing some rain showers, especially in northern Centre County. But moving through, this is few and far between from what we're actually seeing across the rest of the country. Some rain down in Georgia and mainly northern Florida. But we're also seeing some rain and snow in New Mexico, where they're actually having a pretty significant seasonal snow event. They don't normally see snow this early on in the year. And I want to talk about the lack of rain that we've had, because this is the Pennsylvania Drought Tracker that is retroactive to last Thursday. They're going to release a map tomorrow, but this is what it looked like last Thursday. State College not in drought, but paired with the abnormally high temperatures and absolutely no rain other than today, I think this map is going to be much more orange and yellow going into tomorrow's map that they're going to release. Let's talk about tonight's forecast, though. We are staying with those warmer conditions. This is going to match our average high here in State College, 55 degrees. We should see winds coming from the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Going into the future weather, though, it seems like a relatively uneventful day Thursday, as we'll see some clouds burning off and a really nice fall day, apart from those above average conditions, going into the 70s, especially into the southeast. And I want to talk about tomorrow's weather, 66 degrees with few clouds. Relatively nice day with winds coming from the south at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And the part that you've all been waiting for, the whiteout forecast, Friday and Saturday both look to be very clear days. But as we go into Saturday night, as that kickoff is at 8 o'clock on Saturday, that's when we'll start to see clouds moving in advance of a new system that we'll have on Sunday. No rain, in fact, though, as we go into the game against Washington. This is our official PSN whiteout forecast, 59 degrees as we go into those tailgates. But those clouds will begin to increase and the temperatures will slide as we go into the game 8 p.m. against unranked Washington. I also want to look at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, as this pattern is just going to continue. Reds and oranges all across the eastern half of the country. So we're going to stay in those summer-like really conditions going into the 7-day and beyond. And here is your 7-day forecast. 60s going into the weekend. We will have that system come Sunday, especially impacting in the afternoon. It might taper off until Monday, but going into the rest of next week, it should look like a really nice day. Fall conditions as well. We'll go back to you guys.
Thanks, Gavin. Now stick around because after the break, Gianna Giroux will have the latest in news and sports. Stay tuned.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State. Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with David Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Gianna Giroux with your sports update. Penn State women's soccer fell to UCLA in a heartbreaking 1-0 quarterfinal loss Monday night, ending their Big Ten tournament run. UCLA scored late in the first half when Big Ten Freshman of the Year, Nikki Frazier, delivered a header to the back of the net. After halftime, the Nittany Lions took a more aggressive offensive approach. They matched UCLA shot for shot in the second half, but were still unable to find a goal. Penn State's record dropped to 12-6-3 overall and 1-1 in the Big Ten tournament as a result of the loss. The Nittany Lions now await their NCAA tournament ranking, which will be revealed on Monday, November 11th. Penn State men's basketball has won its season opener for the 8th straight year with a dominant 108-66 win against Binghamton.
The Nittany Lions hosted Binghamton Monday night in the Bryce Jordan Center, leading the game 7-2 just under 3 minutes into the game. The Nittany Lions shot 50.7% from the field and 41.9% from three-point range. Penn State's final 108 points are tied for the fourth most in a single game in the program's history. Senior Zach Hicks notably led all scorers, tallying 22 points. The Nittany Lions will continue their season-opening homestand Friday night against UMBC. Tip-off is scheduled for 6 p.m. The College Football Playoff Selection Committee released their first rankings last night. Unbeaten Oregon is seated at number 1, followed by Ohio State, Georgia, Miami, and Texas to round out the top 5. The top 12 consists of Penn State, Indiana, BYU, Notre Dame, Alabama, and Boise State. These teams would compete in the newly expanded playoff at the season's end. Despite the expanded bracket, CFP Election Committee Chairman Ward Manuel says the group's mission hasn't changed. The process is the same, and they're ranking the top 25 teams just as it was in the 10 years with a 4-team playoff. The first round games are scheduled to begin in late December, with the national championship scheduled for January 20th at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Bridget Fitzpatrick has the latest in the world of entertainment. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced, bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Bridget Fitzpatrick with your entertainment update. NBC Sports and IMAX will broadcast the first live college football game on IMAX screens when our Penn State Nittany Lions face off against the Washington Huskies. Kickoff is set for 8 p.m. this Saturday, November 9th, and will stream on Peacock with tickets for IMAX showings available through Fandango. This collaboration follows IMAX's Olympic partnership, where the Tokyo Games' opening ceremony aired in U.S. theaters. Recently appointed Chief Content Officer Jonathan Fisher heads up the diversification of IMAX with sports, concerts, and live events beyond Hollywood movies. Country singer-songwriter Sam Barber brings his Restless Mind tour to Eisenhower Auditorium at 7:30 p.m. this Thursday, November 7th. After gaining popularity on TikTok with covers of country hits, Barber began releasing his own songs, including Straight and Narrow and Drowning. Despite his early exit from American Idol in 2022, he has performed at major venues and opened for stars like Bruce Springsteen and Ed Sheeran. Make sure to arrive at 6 for the free reception hosted by Penn Highlands Healthcare, as this will not be a show to miss. Dawson's Creek star James Vanderbeek revealed he was recently forced to share the news of his colorectal cancer diagnosis ahead of his planned timeline. He says that he intended to keep his condition private for a while longer, but was compelled to go public when a tabloid threatened to break the story. The actor posted his thoughts on Instagram, explaining that he has been focused on treatment plans and prioritizing his health and family. Despite the unexpected timing, Vanderbeek said he is in a good place and feeling strong, and will share more about his journey when ready. That's all for your entertainment update. Coming up next, interview anchor Jackson Tortone will be speaking with David Washabaugh, at the large representative for UPUA. Stay tuned.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.
Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University.
Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss. Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment. We are Red Carpet News.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Jackson Tortone, and joining me tonight is David Washabaugh, the at-large representative for UPUA. Thank you so much for coming in, David. So first, some basic questions. What is your year and what is your major?
Yes, so I am a second year studying community environment development.
You're kind of a young guy, so what do you plan to do with that major? And, how has your experience been at Penn State so far?
Yeah, hopefully I get to work for the government someday for an environmental organization of some kind. Penn State is doing real well for me to get there, so yes.
The UPUA, what exactly is it? And, what is it exactly you guys do for the school and for the community?
Yes, so UPUA is the University Park Undergraduate Association. It's the student government here at Penn State. We advocate for students to administration, as well as create an inclusive environment with lots of activities and events that we hold here on campus.
And so what do you think the importance is of UPA and just student government in general for a campus like this?
Yes, so we're a very large campus. So I believe that the representatives we have do a great job advocating for all different kinds of students and holding those events, especially on a large campus, getting everyone together and holding those things for those students here at campus.
Could you give me some examples of some of these events that you guys have done?
Yeah, so we actually helped table with PSU votes recently for the election day yesterday. We also host things like Light Up the Night, which is handing out bike lights to bikers going around campus because you need a light after dark here in Pennsylvania. So lots of things like that.
Yeah, so could you describe your journey with the organization and kind of like how you got to your position as an at-large representative before you got that position?
Yes, so I originally ran in the election last spring. I didn't get the position then, but I was recently appointed to fill a vacancy. So now I'm an at-large representative serving them, confirmed by the General Assembly as well.
Mm-hmm. And so what are some of your duties and your obligations as at-large representative in your new position?
Yeah, so part of my job as an at-large representative is to advocate for the students. There's about 40 at-large representatives total. I'm one of the at-large, so I represent the whole student body. Part of my job is to create bills and resolutions that will best advocate for the students and host those events and make sure their fee dollars are being spent wisely when we do so.
And what really drove you to go for that spot, as you said twice?
Yes, so I really am engaged with student government. I really love hearing what people have to say and advocating for students in that way. And the UPUA has given me a great opportunity to do so. So I'm very happy to do that.
And so kind of going off of that, what would you say the overall impact is of this organization and this new position? What kind of impact has it had on your life so far?
Yeah, so I think it has increased my ability to talk to people and network here on campus. There's a great amount of networking connections the government community relations branch of the university and things like that. All of them are interconnected through the UPUA. So it's a great networking opportunity for anyone who joins.
So obviously, this is a very hefty position, as you mentioned. So how do you balance, this new spot in this organization and all of your school workload and your social life, all the other things that go on here at Penn State?
Yes, so for me, it's keeping a very tight schedule, whether that be just keeping everything organized or not biting off more than you can chew. Just things like that help a lot with keeping everything balanced, schoolwork and the UPUA as a whole.
And so are you related to any other clubs that are kind of related to student government?
Yes, so UPUA is the only student government organization I'm a part of. There are 2 others, but I am not a part of those. So yes, yep.
And so is there anything else you would like, the people of Penn State to know about UPUA?
Yes, please follow our Instagram, UPUA_PSU. We have lots of socials. Keep updated on our website, upua.org. We'd love to have you attend meetings if you'd like to.
Well, thank you so much, David. Now stick around, because coming up next, Antonio and Morgan will have the latest news from across the nation. Stay tuned.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into this edition of Penn State Sports Night.
For all of us here at the Belisari Media Center, we are
Penn State Sports Night.
Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News.
Penn State Network News is a student-produced bi-weekly live news show featuring all student talent.
From local and national news to sports, entertainment, weather, and live interviews, we have it all.
We also feature student-made packages from across campus.
Airing every Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m.
We are PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State. Hey everyone, we are Red Carpet News, your main source of entertainment news at Penn State University. Man, this festival is going to be popping.
I'm Alex Porzillo, here with Aiden Harold.
He's going to 23rd with Daddy Elon Warbucks to actual space away from Kim.
So in sync, especially during Kendrick's part when they came out, reporting on anything from music, movies, TV shows, fashion, to celebrity gossip. You don't want to miss out on any of the hot topics we discuss.
Find our segments on YouTube under the name Red Carpet News for your daily dose of entertainment.
We are Red Carpet News.
President-elect Donald Trump has been named the winner of the 2024 presidential election. Trump reached the 270 electoral votes threshold with 295 electoral votes, while Vice President Kamala Harris secured 226 votes. Trump also won the popular vote with over 72 million votes, compared to Harris's 67 million votes. This marks the first time Trump won the popular vote, after losing the popular vote to Hillary Clinton in 2016 and President Joe Biden in 2020.
Kamala Harris delivered her concession speech around 4 p.m. today at her alma mater, Howard University in Washington, D.C. In her speech, she thanked her supporters for their support of her campaign. She also urged young people to never stop trying to make the world a better place. Before her speech, she called Donald Trump to concede in the race. She said that she would help Trump and his administration with a peaceful transition of power.
Voters in 10 states had the opportunity to cast their vote on abortion and reproductive rights. 7 states voted to uphold or expand abortion rights, while 3 states fell short. Abortion right amendments passed in Arizona, Colorado, Maryland, Missouri, Montana, and New York. Nevada also approved an amendment, but it will need to pass again in 2026 to take effect. On the other hand, Florida, Nebraska, and South Dakota did not pass amendments and left the current bans in place.
History was made last night when the first openly transgender person was elected to serve in Congress. Democrat Sarah McBride of Delaware beat Republican John Whalen III to Delaware's lone U.S. House seat. The 34-year-old was heavily favored in the race after defeating her Democratic primary opponents with an 80% of the vote. She has served as state senator since January 2021 and is best known for her LGBTQ advocacy and her work on healthcare issues. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.